Hi guys, welcome to My Exam with Sam. I'm Sam, and in this video, you're going to learn what the examiner is thinking when they check a Part 2 writing task, the essay, for lexical resource. So when an examiner reads your essay, what are they thinking about your vocabulary? This video is part 3 of this series. In part 1, we learnt about what the examiner is thinking for task achievement, and in part 2, you learnt about what the examiner is thinking for coherence and cohesion. You can find all of these videos together along with all of the resources in the My Exam with Sam free course. The link is in the description on YouTube, and if you're watching already on the free course, hello again, and you can find all of the resources to download just beneath this video. Okay, let's get started and look at what the examiner is thinking about your lexical resource. If you're watching on YouTube, then take a moment now to pause the video and read the parts of Akmajon's essay so that you're familiar with the language that he's using. If you're watching on the My Exam with Sam free course, then you can just download the essay. You will also need to use the IELTS Task 2 Writing band descriptors, which you can get from the official IELTS website. So let's have a look at what the examiner is thinking when they're checking your lexical resource. This is all about your vocabulary, and they want to know how common, how flexible, how precise, and how accurate your vocabulary is. They also want to know about your sense of style. So I think that in general, the vocabulary in Akmajon's essay is really good, and it's a really strong part of his writing. Let's have a look at just one example of that. Let's have a look at the vocabulary Akmajon uses to talk about celebrities. He has lots and lots of different alternatives here. So he has people in the public eye. He also talks about idols and icons, so idols or icon and idols, and he also talks about people in the limelight. Now, this is a great range of vocabulary, lots of synonyms and different words and phrases to talk about celebrities. But I also want to know how common, flexible, precise, and accurate these words are. So in terms of common, these words are all less common. Celebrity is quite common, but people in the limelight, people in the public eye, icons, idols, these are all less common pieces of vocabulary. So that's great. With all of these alternatives, he has a lot of flexibility for talking about celebrities. Precision, there's a good deal of precision. People in the public eye is perfect. There's no errors, no mistakes, and the meaning is very precise. So this means exactly what Akmajon wants to say. And how accurate is the spelling and collocation. So the spelling is perfect. In fact, the spelling in all of this essay is perfect, apart from capital M on Maradona. But the spelling is perfect, which makes me think that maybe there was a spell checker, question mark? In the IELTS exam, even the computer-based exam, you will not have a spell checker. So you must be able to spell all of your vocabulary accurately. So there are some really good points there for how Akmajon talks about celebrities. There's also this point about collocation, which is really important. And this is another part where Akmajon's essay is generally very good. So for example, hold and view is a great collocation. Concur and view is also another great collocation. So generally there's some very positive things with Akmajon's vocabulary. That does not mean that Akmajon's vocabulary is perfect. For example, stereotype view is not a good collocation. Widely held opinion is perhaps a better phrase. So some people are of the widely held opinion that overcoverage, blah, blah, blah. So there's perhaps one or two things. Another one is fake perfect body possessors. It's a good attempt at creating a complex noun phrase, but it doesn't really work. Fake perfect body almost works kind of, but it sounds a little bit strange. Perfect body is a really good collocation. Fake perfect body is not so good. It's maybe possible, but not very common. Fake perfect body possessors, that doesn't work as a phrase. Possess and body don't really go together. Possessors and body don't really go together. So that phrase sounds a little bit strange, and it's one part of Akmajon's essay where the vocabulary breaks a little bit. There's also this point about emulate the upbringing of their idol. I wonder if Akmajon meant behavior here. So children tend to emulate the behavior of their idol is a much better collocation, and also the meaning to me makes more sense. In this paragraph, we're not talking about the upbringing of the idols, we're talking about the behavior of the idols. So maybe that's not the words that Akmajon really wanted to use there, and that's an example of where the precision is not so good. So in general, the vocabulary is really, really good. It's less common, it's flexible, most of it is precise, lots of it is accurate. But there are one or two examples where that is not true. And secondly, this question about a consistent sense of style. Now, this is quite a tricky thing to do in the essay. And basically, it means that you're using vocabulary that is always of the same register. So it means that there is a theme in your vocabulary, and it's either very formal or informal. In an essay, you want your style to be quite formal, and you want it to be consistently formal. So this means that all of the different words and phrases that you use have the same register, and they are all quite formal. And I think that is actually very true in Akmajon's essay. If we look at some different examples, he uses the phrase deleterious effects on children. He uses the phrase and so forth. He uses the phrase no denying the fact that. No denying the fact that. He's missing the, but the attempt at the phrase is good. And these phrases are in different parts of the essay. They're talking about different things, but they all have the same register. They're all formal or very formal. There's one or two parts where the vocabulary is slightly less formal, and it's these phrasal verbs, not work out and turned out to be. That's slightly less formal, and it makes the style slightly less consistent, but only a very small bit. So in general, yes, there is a very consistent sense of style, and it's the appropriate style. It's a good formal register. So Akmajon's target was band 7. Let's check the band descriptors for lexical resource band 7 and see if we can give him a band 7 here. So he uses a sufficient range of vocabulary to allow some flexibility and precision. I think that maybe this is beyond a sufficient range. I think he's got lots of alternatives for his talking about celebrities. That is probably up to a wide range of vocabulary. Fluently and flexibly to convey precise meanings, most of the time, but not always. We saw some parts that were less precise. So some flexibility and precision, yes, we have that. Less common lexical items, we have that, with some awareness of style and collocation. yes, there is some awareness. Perhaps there's more than some awareness. Let's check band 8. Occasional inaccuracies in word choice and collocation. I think that maybe that there are definitely occasional inaccuracies. And that's true of the collocation and the word choice. I think that the inaccuracies are quite obvious, and that means that there's only some awareness of style and collocation. More awareness of style, there's definitely the consistent style, but those collocations, when they break, they really, really break. And that means that there's probably only some awareness of style. And finally, may produce occasional errors in word choice, spelling, or word formation. We see the word formation is generally good, the word choice is generally good, we're definitely on occasional errors. We have no errors for spelling, which makes me think that maybe spell checker, but if not, then we're up in the rare errors for spelling and word formation, so band 8. So we have mostly parts of band 7, 1 or 2 parts of band 8. So that means that this is a high level 7 with some features of band 8 for lexical resource. So that's what the examiner is thinking when they check your essay for lexical resource for vocabulary. In the next video in this series, part 4, you're going to learn about what the examiner is thinking when they check your grammar. So if you're watching on the My Exam with Sam free course, then the next video is underneath this one. And if you're watching on YouTube, then I really encourage you to click the link in the description to go to the My Exam with Sam free course, where you can find all of these videos and all of these resources together in one place for you. Okay guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye!